Hi everyone, welcome to a new series which we are starting called Spaced Out. So, what is Spaced Out? So, it's a very simple thing. You, my guest, are going to be sent in a rocket to another part of the universe at faster than the speed of light. But the problem is, if you have a magnetic drive that drives you faster than the speed of light, it will delete all digital information. Obviously, we can't send you to a place without music, a few other things to give you company. So you can take 5 LPs, physical forms, so they never get destroyed. That's true. By magnetic waves, and they also give you excellent quality music. So you have 5 LPs, which means you can take 10 songs with you, just 10 songs, which you can listen to for the rest of your life. And also, if you find intelligent life at the other end of the universe, you can show them what music on earth is. Our first guest today is Mr. Abhinav.
Greetings. Yes. Hello. I'm leaving Earth. So sweet. Yeah. What's up?
We are happy to take you off Earth.
I'm happy to leave. Honestly, I'm good. Yeah.
Well, now Abhinav, as some of you might know, is not a stranger to aircraft because he's part of the band F-16s.
Wow. Amazing connect.
What a segue.
Amazing segue. Very good. Yes, I am. I do play guitar for the F-16s. I also try to be abreast of most things musically. I teach music. I write about music, and we're talking about music right now. So yeah, it's all within the frame, guys. Music is my life. Music is my passion. All that stuff that people say. Yeah.
Now, since he said all the things that a musician should say, let's get started with track number 1. Sir.
Vinyl number 1, when you're saying it, I can pick 2 tracks of different artists and put it on the same vinyl, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything.
Okay, so I decided to go with my first LP is going to have 2 long songs on either side. I've gone with that sort of notion because longer songs is just longer time spent listening to music. I just found a loophole, so I'm just going to exploit it. The first one is like this. I can't remember now if it's 14 minutes or if it's 17 minutes. It's a band called Lamb Chop. It is country music, but it's also with vocals sung through a vocoder. So it's a very interesting amalgam. This song in particular, it's a song called In Care of, I have to read it out because I keep forgetting the numbers, but it's a song called In Care of 8675309 or 309, as they might say. It's a very slow, plodding song that takes its time to build. It has about 6 verses, and it just goes from verse to instrumental break to verse to instrumental break. It doesn't break speed at any point. It doesn't speed up. It doesn't slow down. So yeah, to gear me up, I guess it's what better way than a more than 12-minute long song.
When your day implodes and your afternoon grows so, and you step outside to the raindrops collide, and your dog slips out. And you shake the cobwebs free. Is there more to this breath that you are taking?
Side B is another long song. It's about like 9 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a song by a band called Television. It's the title track of their the one. I love all their albums, but the main one is the album Marquee Moon. So it's the title track from that album. It's Marquee Moon. Television's a great band for me because I love 2 guitar bands where they're playing different things. And like there's a lot of interplay happening there and like a nice long solo that's also easy to play, honestly. So I kind of like that. I like when songs do that and they keep stuff like simple. This one, on the other hand, contrasting to the previous one where there's literally no breaks and there's no change in dynamic really. This one has a lot of that. It keeps going from like heavier to like a nice long verse, chorus, whatever it is, but there's always like a sense of like shifting dynamics within the song, which I'm a big fan of.
Before we go to the next LP, let's find out a little bit about you. We are getting rid of you forever. I want to know a few things about you. So, when did you pick up the guitar?
I grew up in a household where no one's really musical or anything. So we just had like film songs in Bollywood and stuff. Overhearing conversations between 2 friends on like at cricket coaching or something. I don't know how. That's what I'm saying. It just came up randomly where they were talking about Metallica and Iron Maiden. I'd heard of these bands. I'd heard of these names before, but I didn't know the impact of their music, or I didn't know what they were about or anything. I just knew Metallica was a metal band. So it was, I think, the first album that got me into this guitar as this instrument that wields so much is Iron Maiden's Brave New World, actually, because it came around.
Ooh.
It literally came out at that time. I got it wrong. Funnily enough, I got the whole thing wrong because when I overheard my friends talking about Metallica and Iron Maiden, I didn't recognize it to be two different bands. I recognized it to be as there is a Metallica album called Iron Maiden, and I have to get this album. So I'm taking my mom through the store, and I'm just like, and everywhere there's Brave New World posters and the tape, because it had just come out. So it's promotional material everywhere for this album that's come out. And I'm looking at it, and there's clearly a band that's called Iron Maiden, but I refuse to believe. I was like, no, there is a Metallica album called Iron Maiden. I need to get my hands on that one. Even my mom was like, Iron Maiden's a different band. Even she knew. So even she was like, Iron Maiden is a different band. I'll tell you what, let's meet halfway. I will get you this tape. For what it's worth, since you can't find this album that you're looking for, I will get you this tape. Go ahead and use this tape, and I mean play this tape or whatever it is. And I played the tape, and I heard distortion, and I heard like guitar solos, and I heard like these weird structures for songs. Not weird anymore, but at that point I was just like these weird long structures for long songs, and movements, and like very powerful vocals and powerful guitar playing, and just generally great musicianship and stuff like that. That's what I was introduced to musicianship as a thing. Wow. Through Brave New World, I guess. And then
it was a brave new world for you.
Then went to the way of just learning guitar through like an instructor coming home or something for like 6 months. He taught me very basic. I think mostly he was a man of the church, so he mostly taught me like psalms and like hymns and stuff. But like, I don't know, Jesus Wants Me for a Sunbeam, that sort of stuff. Like there was one song I remember that one very vividly. A sunbeam. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Jesus Wants Me for a... Yeah, exactly. So that's what I remember, that one.
Give me vinyl number 2.
Vinyl number 2. Okay. I feel like I should have moved this order around a little bit. So vinyl number 2, side A, is the opening track to Paul McCartney's album 2, which is coming up. It's a great intro to an actually phenomenal album. I'm really sad that I can't take the entire album, because that would be one of my desert island discs, honestly. This is one of those albums that he recorded completely himself. He shut himself off and went into a shed and like did all the shit himself. Great funk guitar, great falsetto vocals, man singing falsetto. It's seeming like he's going through a tape recorder. Like it's very cool effect stuff that he's doing. But yeah, that would be my first, because it's just a great song. And it's just a song that I can't help. Every time I listen to it, I have to listen to it fully. Like I don't skip it. I can never skip it. And the next other side would be the song by Al Stewart called Year of the Cat. I have the privilege of having the LP, and like it is one of the albums that I think it's one of the few albums that like my dad and I like a lot. So it was one of the albums he showed me in the car. He was a fan of this guy. He had like a greatest hits tape and stuff like that, so I used to hear it in the car. And this song used to play a lot. It used to go on for a while. Again, like I think it's more than 6 minutes long, which I guess is long now, but it didn't feel like it back then. But it's got a great piano intro. And again, these two songs kind of are super just pleasant and nice to listen to, and songs that I wouldn't skip if they played.
Yeah, so when you grew up in Chennai, what was the music scene around you? Like, when did you discover that you could be part of the scene?
We had just sort of formed a band and we were like just playing stuff. But when I was made aware of like a larger scene, was this festival. I don't even know if it happens anymore. I don't think it does, because I haven't been for one since then. It's called Vats Fest. So there is a guitar instructor in Chennai, a very notorious one, called Steve
Vats.
Okay.
Whose real name is Srivatsan.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I know that. There's a lot. He is. There is. I don't know if enigma is the right word, because there's a lot of stuff that comes with him. So I'm not sure if it's an enigma.
There's one track of his called White Horses, which I love.
Okay. I don't think I've heard.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard any of his music really. But I just known of his like sort of military like guitar training stuff which he does, which comes with like raps on the knuckles if you play stuff wrong. I didn't have the honor or the privilege of like learning from him. But a lot of people I know who now are in the scene, who are I think doing well, are former students of the guy. So I guess whatever it was.
I haven't heard that name in more than a decade. But this is totally nostalgic.
Yeah, Steve Vatch basically had put this festival together called Vatch Fest, which is where he would just sort of rope in most of his students, I would think, in like bands and like make them play. And this was in a very ramshackle auditorium called German Hall in T Nagar. And I went for this thing. It was literally like my first local show. Like for one where I was going as not someone who was playing. I went as a spectator, and the band I was in wasn't really playing anything besides Unwind Center, which is another institution which runs parallelly with, I guess, the scene.
What was your band called?
My band was called Substance. I was in a band called Substance. We played primarily like power punk and like Blink-182 shit, and then which went into like some weird post-grunge seether.
You're a man of substance.
I'm sure. Yeah, okay, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, so that was the band. We didn't play the festival though, but I went and met like a lot of people who, I mean, I'm still friends with, and like to know that there are people like that in the same scene. I met a lot of people who I would also form bands with later on, like a few people. Like I would like form bands with them into college and like further on, just like small one-off things and like all that sort of stuff. But that one, it was a heady mix. There were so many weird bands that were just put together for the festival. That was the first time I actually saw Scrat as well. But Vats Fest, yes, that was kind of the first thing where I figured that, okay, there is a scene kind of, even though there were only like 50 people or whatever. But yeah. So the third LP brings the mood down. It's not happy stuff, all right? It brings the mood down in the sense it's not heavy or like super dark or anything like that, instrumentally speaking, but like subject matter wise, it's kind of like, I don't know. So there's a song by Black Country New Road. It's Black Country New Road are actually quite a new band. They've been around maybe for like 2 or 3 years now. They're from the UK, and a very interesting style of like mixing standard rock stuff, like whatever, guitars, drums, bass, but they also have violin. They also have like, it's very like Celtic sounding, but only in parts. It's not like they move into like a Celtic song or something like that, but it's like the certain elements from that sort of music that they've taken to create very evocative music. And the lyrics also are like, and these guys are like, I don't know if any of them are above 21. I think they're probably 22 years old. They're like children. In fact, the main singer and the guitar player actually left after they put out 2 albums. They put out 1 album basically like a few months back, and the day they released it, or the week prior to releasing it, this guy put out a statement saying like he's done playing music for some time.
Wow.
Like he's like, citing burnt out, mental health issues. He was just like, I'm good. I'm not doing this for a while. At least for a while. I'm stepping away from
That's
this.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a song called Sunglasses.
Welcome to the best new 6-part Danish crime drama.
So here's the thing, to everybody out there who's listening, the songs that Abhinav has just said, we're going to make it into a playlist. We'll be putting it out as well. So you'll be listening to them as well. So now let's flip Sunglasses, and what's on the other side?
Yeah, taking up the Sunglasses. The other side, it's a song that's actually already doing, it's already kind of done what I'm currently doing, which is if I'm being ejected into space. I'm being ejected into space and wherever I'm going to end up, right? So a song that's kind of already done that was a song that was included in the Voyager mission that left the
the Golden Record song.
Yes, the Golden Record song. So it's literally the only, I think, piece of, it's not, I mean, it is a song that was included in like just songs of the earth, bird song, waves, all those kinds of things. It was included in this as an integral part of this collection to sort of explain to outer life forms about
Exactly.
I guess loneliness and human suffering. This is why I said the mood's going to go down, man. But it's a song by a blues guitar player from the, I want to say 1920s. I think he died before the 40s anyway. It is Blind Willie Johnson's "Dark Was the Night, Cold Was the Ground." It is on its own. I mean, if you just show the song to somebody, like, I guess I can see why people might not really get why it's kind of an important song, but like with context and with sort of like the backstory that comes with it, it is one of those songs that makes you really reflect on. It makes you reflect. It makes you pontificate about of whatever. It just puts you in a state that you start to go inward and you start to like really introspect. It's no there are no lyrics. It's mostly he's humming or oohs and ahs that go along with this slide guitar line that he just plays, and it's like I think maybe a 3 minute song or something like that. And it's literally it is some of the most haunting guitar playing I've seen, even if it's like some of the roughest because recordings weren't great. So it's very rough sounding, but it is one of the most like very evocative pieces of like guitar music that I've heard.
Now, I also know for a fact that your type of play is quite different. Your music is a little different. I've enjoyed listening to you for a long time now, and I love the different things that you do with the guitars and all. So, what brings out that part of you, experimental part of you? Or till today, do you just sit with your analog units and try to figure things out? What happens there?
I think a bit of both actually. Like, there are a few guitar players that I sort of like looked up to, which sort of aided me in doing things a certain way, like your Tom Morello's and Jack White, and I would say who else, man? Jeez, I can't think of any more guitar players. There are many. No, there are many. I'm just saying that like for the slightly off the beaten path kind of thing. Jack White is not really off the beaten path anymore. He's mostly like he's a man unto himself. But his work with the White Stripes and with the raconteurs and stuff like that was quite interesting for me. Tom Morello's guitar work was something where like he refused to literally he would treat the instrument as anything but a guitar and try to extract as much otherworldly stuff as he could out of it. And so but that thing also came, I feel like not that I made a mistake with it, but it was more like I might have like put all my eggs in that basket, which was like to try and get the gear, not even to get the gear, to try and like mimic the instrument without, to try and mimic the things he was doing. With the gear I have, I feel like there was some like research done into terms of what I wanted, but a lot of stuff was discovered by accident or by listening or trying to emulate something.
Okay. With that, let's go to vinyl number 4, the penultimate vinyl.
Vinyl number 4. Okay. Cool. It's actually pretty. Okay. Vinyl number 4. The first side is a song by, he's an art. I mean, not a band, but it's an artist called Caribou. Electronic artist now, but I think his earlier albums had more guitar and had more like analog stuff going on. This was a song from, I actually forgot the name of the album, but like it's a song called Sundialing, and it's a very Sundialing, very. I feel like there's a lot of openness in the song. It's not aggressive in any way or form. I think that's my kind of theme. I don't want things to be aggressive, except for the previous LP or whatever. But I don't want things to be super aggressive or whatever it is. I want, I'm on this journey and I want to be at ease on some level. So I guess that this is sort of that music. It's not a very long song, but it is nice repetitive guitar work, very dreamy, soothing vocals. Again, like I said, none of these are really like my favorite songs of all time or something. But like if on repeated listens, I feel like I don't have an issue with repeated listens of these songs. That's kind of what I'm going with when it comes to putting this together, right? Because favorite songs, if I put, then it's quite possible that if I listen to it enough times, they will stop being my favorite songs. But so that's Caribou, Sundialing. On the flip side is a song by a great guitar player that I really like, Saint Vincent.
Yes.
Called Neutered Fruit. Again, went more for the ethereal quality of the song. a lot of airy vocals, a lot of reverb. And there's a great guitar section. There's a great guitar part in the mid section of the song that I really like playing on the guitar, and it's fun for me. So I really like revisiting it when I'm hearing it as well. So that's Saint Vincent's a great. I mean, Annie Clark, I guess that's her real name, but she's got. I mean, I've been a fan of hers forever, even though she's kind of moved away from really guitar music at this point. She's kind of moved into her last couple of albums are pretty much straight up mainstream pop, and then into this weird David Bowie and everything that she's doing now. But like,
that is true. Last month she did a residency with Stephen Colbert. She was on a show for a week.
House band, which is cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was very cool.
Very well.
I've been a big fan of hers for a while, and she's also one of those people who uses weird effects to try and do weird things.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I guess in that same space of like Tom Morello and Jack White and stuff, it just even Annie Clark sort of shows up in that same list because she's kind of doing different stuff, or at least incorporating some of the weirdness even with the non-guitar songs that she was doing after. It was weird for a while with the guitar and really experimenting with fuzz and like octave stuff and like all that, and then that experimentation sort of bled into her non guitar related stuff.
Talking about trying out new stuff, we are almost at the end. So what's up next? What can we expect from you, from the F16s, or anything that's going on?
I mean, cool. We released a music video not too long ago, which actually plays into the theme of this whole podcast because it's about finding.
That is true.
It is about finding solace in space when things are going horribly wrong where you currently are. It's a song called "Sucks to Be Human." There's a video out. There's a video out. We are in shitty spacesuits trying to do a dance to impress aliens.
Crazy video.
To impress alien judges. With always aware of the inevitability that we're going to get like ejected out of whatever spaceship we're on, but we're just trying our best anyway. So that's what we're up to right now. And a shameless plug, Sucks to Be Human music video is out. Please have a look at that. Laugh, enjoy, cringe if you want to. That's kind of what the video is for. But
it's a brilliant segue for me because you got ejected in space with your band. Now we're going to eject you with the last vinyl, the fifth and final vinyl. What are your songs?
Yes. Okay, the fifth and final one. For side A is Nude by Radiohead from In Rainbows. Nude is one of those songs where I think it's a very slow song. It is slow. It is super plodding, but I am always transported when I hear that song. I don't know to where or whatever it is, but I'm always kind of when like that there is a falsetto that he hits towards the end of the song that carries it out. It is one of the most gorgeous movements in music I've ever heard, and to be constantly able to hear that, I guess when I'm in space would be great. So
fantastic.
More like for me to reflect on the fact that I was around when this album was made. So I will take that with me when I hear the song. And And the last song, I guess, is a side B. The last song is a song by LCD Sound System. This is a nice long song to close things out, I guess. It's a song called Home, which is like an 8-minute song that just, again, it's a very, LCD Sound System is a dance band pretty much. And it is one guy, but like it is a dance band pretty much. And it's got a really nice, a very soothing arpeggiator that's playing throughout the song. And like there is a very steady drum beat. It is not like an aggressive dance thing or whatever it is. It gives you the room to bust a move if you want to. But it's a very easy song to sort of just sink in because it just sort of plays itself out, and it's a great sort of ending. It is the last song of the album that it's on, and it's fitting that it's the last song of the series or whatever. As it plays it out.
Wonderful. And that brings us to the end of the playlist. Thank you so much, Abhinav. Now, here's a few things for you. So I want to ask you 2 more things and we are done. The first thing I'm going to ask you is, you can take with you 1 or maximum 2 books
Okay.
and one luxury item. Something that, yeah, it's a luxury item, but you really want. What will you be
Okay.
your books and your luxury item?
Books and the luxury item. Okay. So for a book, there is a book by Perumal Murugan called The Goat Thief and its other short stories. Basically, it's like a collection. That would be one. That would be a book that I would take with me. Yeah,
Fantastic.
but it would get over pretty quickly. So I don't know what I'd do. But
Well, then what will be a luxury item?
luxury item, I actually don't know. I mean, yeah, the easy option would be guitar, but I don't want to play. I'm okay if I'm winning. Like if I'm getting
Enough playing of guitar on earth.
enough playing, I'm out. I'm out. Maybe. I'm trying to think. If it's cold, luxury item. If it's cold in space, maybe like a nice warm pair of socks. Probably that would be nice.
Do you want a grey sock or one that's got lots of color and some pictures?
Oh, if I can get like one of those 6-packs that they sell in the mall, I'll just get. Can that count as one luxury item?
That's one item. 6 pairs of parts in one thing is an item.
Yeah, so 6 pairs of socks in those discount packs at the mall. Get one of those and take that with me. Yeah, I guess that would be, if that counts as a luxury, yes, why not? Socks are a luxury. Sure,
Fantastic.
That would be the
last thing is this.
Yes.
We are getting rid of you. What is the last message you have for mankind? What do you have to say to mankind before we?
I'm just going to lean to join me. Join me.
Join.
Yeah.
Start the cult of Booby.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Abhinav, otherwise known as Booby, who's been an amazing guest. And say bye to him as he shoots off into space and he gets spaced out. All the songs that he has mentioned will be available as a playlist. Go check it out and let us know. Let him know what you think. Is there anything new you discovered? Is there something that you never thought would be on his playlist? And did you just discover your next favorite song? Anyway, till then, this is me, Berty Ashley, saying bye. We'll meet you in the next episode of Spaced Out. Bye.
See you. Okay.